The martyrdom of the Bab. Consider the hardships and the bitterness of the lives of those revealers of the divine beauty. Reflect how single-handed and alone they faced the world and all its peoples and promulgated the law of God. No matter how severe the persecutions inflicted upon those holy, those precious and tender souls, they still remained in the plenitude of their power, patient, and despite their ascendancy, they suffered and endured. Consider the past, how many both high and low have at all times yearningly awaited the advent of the manifestations of God in the sanctified persons of His chosen ones. How often have they expected His coming? How frequently have they prayed that the breeze of divine mercy might blow and the promised beauty step forth from behind the veil of concealment and be made manifest to all the world. And whensoever the portals of grace did open and the clouds of divine bounty did rain upon mankind, and the light of the unseen did shine above the horizon of celestial light, they all denied Him and turned away from His face, the face of God Himself. Refer you to verify this truth to that which hath been recorded in every sacred book. Ponder for a moment and reflect upon that which hath been the cause of such denial on the part of those who have searched with such earnestness and longing. Their attack hath been more fierce than tongue or pen can describe. Not one single manifestation of holiness hath appeared, but he was afflicted by the denials, the repudiation, and the vehement opposition of the people around him. Thus it hath been revealed. O the misery of men! No messenger cometh unto them, but they laugh him to scorn. And again he saith, Each nation hath plotted darkly against their messenger, to lay violent hold on him, and disputed with vain words, to invalidate the truth. Baha'u'llah, the Katabi Iqan. Mirza Ali Mohammed was born in Shiraz in 1819 and was executed in Tabriz in 1850 at the age of 31. On the day of his questioning, he spoke these words, I am the promised one. I am the one whose name you have for 1,000 years invoked, at whose mention you have risen, whose advent you have longed to witness, and the hour of whose revelation you have prayed God to hasten. Verily I say, it is incumbent upon the peoples of both the East and the West to obey my word and to pledge allegiance to my person. His title, the Bab, means the gate. He revealed a holy book, the Bayan, as well as many tablets and prayers. And although his dispensation lasted only 6 years from 1844 until 1850, he had many followers, thousands of whom gave their lives for his cause. At noon on the 9th of July, 1850, in the army barracks of the city of Tabriz, the Bab and Anis, a young man also known as Mirza Muhammad Ali, who had previously demonstrated his absolute love and obedience to the Bab, and who desired to suffer martyrdom with his beloved, and who the Bab declared will together with me suffer martyrdom. Him will I choose to share with me its crown. were suspended and tied together by heavy ropes, with Anis's head resting on the breast of the Bab, in the square of the barracks known as the Square of the Lord of the Age. The Bab was wholly calm, showing no signs of fear, anxiety, or confusion. A detachment of 750 soldiers lined up in 3 separate files and in sequence fired their guns. After the smoke cleared, the shredded ropes lay at the feet of Anis, who stood alone and unharmed in the square. The Bab was nowhere to be seen, but was found giving his final instructions to his amanuensis. And once again he and Anis were tied and suspended in the air. The colonel of the regiment, refusing to have anything more to do with the execution, removed his men. This time, the Bab addressed the crowd of 10,000 assembled to watch his execution. O people, am I not after all the son of God's apostle? Do not approve such injustice and cruelty towards me. Fear God and have some shame before his apostle. What is my crime, save that I have invited you to the knowledge of God, and called you to the kingdom of unity, and cast myself into affliction and suffering for your sake? Had you believed in me, O wayward generation? Another colonel and his regiment replaced the first, and the execution was carried out. Their breasts were riddled and limbs completely dissected by the bullets, their bodies shattered and blended into one mass of mingled flesh and bone. Yet their faces remained untouched, a smile still lingering upon the face of the blessed beauty, the Bab.